morning everyone, respected resource person, respected Father Principal and all my dear colleagues. Today on this second Saturday, that is February 10th, we are here back to the school to attend a workshop on transformative education. And we have a very eminent resource person. I will be introducing the resource person to you after this. But to begin any program, let us have the Lord's blessings. Let us ask God the special wishes to make this day a successful one, and let us be focused and listen to what Father says so that it helps us in our further life. So may I request our choir group and Ravi Kansal to please start the prayer song. Thank you, teachers. As I said, today's topic of the workshop is transformative education. What is actually transformative education? Actually, the transformative education and its aim is it encourages ways of thinking based on a different understanding of how knowledge is most effectively and powerfully made, particularly in today's social setting. So to guide us on such an important and first time we are hearing a workshop, or we are going to attend a workshop on this topic, transformative education. So today the resource person is Father Dr. M. Xavier Rex RSJ. His academic qualification includes the post-graduation in computer application, that is MCA, MBA and PhD in computer science. His area of specialization is web mining. He has been holding very high official posts, like he was the HOD of the Department of MCA, Loyola MCA College, Puluvendula. He was the principal, Loyola Polytechnic, Puluvendula. He was also a visiting faculty of JDV, Pune. At present, he is the director, Kamal Academy, Mandamari, Manchiria. He is the CRI President, Adilabad Unit. He has conducted 32 workshops for educationists, principals, correspondents on transformative education. He has conducted 27 workshops for managers, leaders on transformative leadership. He has also organized 79 orientation programs for students and staff of schools and colleges in India. He has also organized 6 national conferences on Competencies Enhancement Program. He has also preached 18 retreats for sisters and fathers. He has animated many chapters for religious congregations. He also has given spiritual guidance for clergy and religious. He was the convener for inspection team that visited Christ Hospital, Chandrapur, and was also the convener for the Schools Development Committee, Adilabad Diocese. He is a consultant for many educational institutions. So, to welcome such an eminent person amidst us, may I request our Father Principal, Reverend Father Jason, to welcome Father Dr. Xavier Rex SJ, with the floral book. And now, may I request our Father Principal to say a few words before we hand over the mic to our resource person.
Actually, Father, before you came into the hall, I gave them a wonderful introduction. Well, I don't have much more to say. See, this one I know a bit personally. Recently, I have come to know him, but then whatever experiences I have had with him, well, they are all highly motivating, inspiring. This morning, sitting there in my cabin, he asked me about our class 10 students. I said they are good students doing well academically, though I fear some of them may find it tough in the board exams. Then I also gave him a little true picture of the school I left some 12 years back and the one I came back to. There's a type of difference, a real difference. The school I left 12 years back and the school I have come back to. So he said, Father, it could be for such and such reasons. And he has just extended his cooperation. He said, Father, kindly give me a chance to talk to your next year's, this combined academic sessions, class 10 and class 9 students. Well, so Priya will have to consider that too. Maybe type of session with them as we are going to have today. And he asked me another question. Bear with me, Father, when I reveal that. He asked me, how are your staff? I said, we have wonderful teachers here. They are truly wonderful teachers. Commitment is the other name I give to my staff here, sir. They are all yours now. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Father. So, good morning. I am indeed glad and happy to be with you this morning to share some of my insights and ideas on transformative education. The launching pad of my workshop today is transformation of oneself precedes transformation of others. Transformation of oneself precedes transformation of others. If I want my students to get transformed, first and foremost, I got to be transformed. When I want my students to be punctual, I got to be punctual. When I want my students to be hardworking, I must prepare and come to school and take classes. It's as simple as that. Transformation of oneself precedes transformation of others. Dear teachers, February 10th, it's an unforgettable day in my life. I shall tell you why. Little later, a teacher, she was walking slowly to her school because she was carrying a child. As she was walking, there came a cyclist, hit her right on the stomach. She fell flat. Terrible pain. Agonizing moment. At that time, she prayed to her favorite God. God, if I were to deliver the boy safely, I would dedicate the boy to the service of broken humanity. The boy was born, but did not speak for 5 years. He did not speak for 5 years. Again, mother of the child, mother of the boy, was really depressed. Went around different churches, different shrines, praying, God, you gave me a handsome boy, but the boy is not speaking. Please give him the gift of speech. God heard her prayers partially. Boy began to speak after completing 5th year, but with stammering. Again, mother of the child was in the dumps, she was in the doldrums, feeling very sad. And that boy, when he was 8 years old, he started speaking like any other kid, any other boy. He went for the elocution competition when he was doing his 10th grade. He started very well, but he could not complete. He forgot. Everyone in the crowd laughed at him, made fun of him, and he hung his head in shame and sat along with the audience. And that boy, when he was doing his college studies, he went for competition. Success always knocked at his doors, be it elocution contest or essay writing or debate and whatnot. And that boy, when he was in his mother's womb, hit by the cyclist, and that boy who did not speak for 5 years and had stammering for 3 years and tasted the defeat in his first elocution attempt, is standing in front of you as the resource person for this workshop on transformative education. And that mother who was going around different churches and shrines, I said, February 10th is an unforgettable day. And last year, February 10th, she joined the heavenly abode. She was 91 years old. And now, today, we are having first death anniversary of my mom. And she was a teacher. When father invited me to conduct this workshop, I readily accepted. I got to go today to Chennai to be with my brother and sister. But then I said, I shall take the flight tomorrow and reach for the worship at 11:30. So tomorrow is my flight from Hyderabad, and I specially came today to meet all of you and to share my insights. So thank you so much, Father, for inviting me to be with you and to be with this staff of BJM Carmel Academy, Chandrapur. Nice meeting all of you. And here you go. And my session, will be based on, by the way, sharing is of two types. One is head level sharing. I read a lot, I browse websites, and then I cull out few ideas and then I share. This is head level sharing. There is another level of sharing. I read a lot, I browse websites, I listen, I take everything into my heart, I assimilate, I begin to reflect, I begin to contemplate, and I share my heart with the participants. This is called affective sharing. A transformative educator is an affective person. Affective person meaning thereby giving space for the heart. And this is what I'm going to aim at in this workshop titled Transformative Education. Okay? Now, here we go. I think there's a handout given to you. Okay? Let me run through it quickly before may I have a handout, please? Any extra ones here? I shall run through this handout quickly because this is self-explanatory. The first one, I firmly believe that I have the potential for creative genius. Every one of us is creative and innovative. There are three kinds of people in today's society. The first ones are those who watch things happen. For example, they go to cricket stadium and my favorite cricketer is Dhoni. And the last ball he will be waiting so that he wants to hit a six. And when he hits the six, everyone in the stadium clapping hands, am I right? And they are all very happy, but they are not hitting six. It's only Dhoni is hitting six. It's only the team is winning, but they are not part of the team. Of course, we feel proud when India wins, but then we are not batting there, we are not bowling there, we are not playing there. Most of us belong to this category. We watch things happen. We are very happy with others' achievements, with others' accomplishments. We are very happy. The first majority of us. Then there is another group, perhaps 70% belong to the first group. The second one is 20%. These ones are indifferent to things that happen. Indifferent. Come rain or shine, nothing would affect them. Early morning they get up and they get ready. They know father is the principal, so they have to come and meet him and say good morning, go to the class, same faces. This type of attitude, this 20% of the people they have, indifferent to things that happen. Whereas 10%, they belong to the third group. They make things happen. They create some things new. You and I, as educationists, dear staff members, we must belong to the third group. We must create something happen. We must create something, we must make good history. We must script a new history and good history. That's what the first one, I firmly believe that I have the potential for creative genius. We need to be, we must become creative people. The second one, I shall reach and maintain all four waves of mental state and thereby generate creative ideas most of the time. Most of the time, I need to be, as I was sharing with Father, if I say to staff, you need to use chart and other creative, these are the things you picked up when you are doing your BA, MAd and so on and so forth. Whereas this transformative education, as ma'am was sharing, it's a novel idea. It's a novel concept that we are promoting in schools and colleges, especially for teachers and lecturers and professors. So, most of the time we are to be creative. The third one is, my time is the precious currency of my life, which I utilize most productively and creatively. Time. What is time management? By the way, this is workshop, not monologue. Therefore, what is time management according to you? Time management, you might have did you attend any workshop on time management? Yes. Now tell me, what is time management? Please.
Time management is setting the goals within the time set what we are supposed to do.
Good. Time management is, setting the goals and trying to achieve the goals within the stipulated time. Well, time management, dear teachers, is not just managing time, it is managing oneself. Time management, most of us we think we need to manage time, but we need to manage ourselves. So, my time is the precious currency of my life. Okay. The fourth one, I shall cherish an ideal and devote myself for its realization. One ideal I must set up for my life. I must set up, I must, fix a goal for my life, and I got to achieve that one. So, in this goal setting, you must have heard about this. Most of us, we think that, a goal means a distant goal, short-term goal, and so on and so forth. But I would say our goal has to be smart. You might have heard this SMART goal. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. SMART. So my goal, or the goal that I fix, must be a SMART goal. Okay. Fifth one, I shall become so engrossed in a project that I simply cannot allow myself to become ill or indisposed. Whichever responsibility given to me by either principal or academic coordinator, I got to fulfill it more than 100%. I must get engrossed. Engrossed meaning I completely give myself totally and fully to the responsibility or to the task that has been given to me. Sixth one, I shall see the dead past, not to worry about the unborn future, but always live and enjoy the realistic present. Someone said, yesterday was a cancelled check. Tomorrow is a promissory note. Today is cash. Make use of the cash. Similarly, we need to live in the present. That's what sixth sentence or sixth statement states. The seventh one, I fully believe the only competition worthy of me is with myself. No one is superior to me. Excellent. This is what I want you as a transformative educator learn. People say we are in competition with others. We need to compete with others. I would say I need to compete with myself. Rex, this year you have conducted this many workshops. How many workshops you are going to conduct the next year? This is called competing with oneself. Competition, we should not aim at competing with others. I must compete. This year in my class there are 40 students. I saw to it that they all got 90%. Next year they must get 95%. This is called competing with oneself. Okay. Eighth one. I strongly endorse the view that success is not just money or position in essence. It is the total fulfillment of my innate potential as a human being. Yes. Before becoming teachers, before we becoming educators, we are human beings. And henceforth, we must become persons of affectivity. We must continue to study in the school of heart. No, we might have completed our B.Ed, we might have completed our Masters or M.Phil or PhD, but still we are novices, we are learners, we are students, and we need to be always, get in touch with our heart and share our heart with the students. Ninth one, I shall enjoy whatever I do and finish any project within the stipulated time frame. I must give a stipulated time frame for my project and I try to complete it. The last one, I am the maker of my own destiny and try my best to be always happy and cheerful. Dear teachers, what is important is ultimately we ought to be happy and cheerful. One of the faculty members of computer science department I met in Christ University in Bangalore. As I was talking to him, he said, Father, I got a lot of opportunities abroad, but I want to work here in Christ University because fathers and others in Christ University, they respect me. In abroad, I do not know whether they would respect me or not. I may get, more money and so on. It's a plum job assured in abroad. But this job, people respect me. I have my self-respect. I have my self-dignity. I have my self-esteem. Yes, dear teachers. This is what is important. When we work in schools of this nature, we are respected. We are, given the due recognition and respect that perhaps may not be available in other educational institutions or in corporate world. So, having said this, here we go through the slides. Meantime, you all like upuma. You are prepared for upuma?
Yes.
But this couple who got recently married, that guy doesn't like upuma. Upuma,
Yes.
Upuma, Yes. Today also when I came in the morning, father served me upuma for the breakfast. Okay. And this guy doesn't like to eat upuma. So, but this girl who got married with him, she knows only to prepare upuma. She knows. So, soon after marriage, the first day, morning upuma, afternoon upuma, evening upuma. The second day, breakfast upuma, lunch upuma, supper upuma. 2 days over. This guy said, enough is enough. Third day, morning he told her, afternoon you wait, don't prepare. I will eat in the office. When I come in the evening, I will take you to 5-star hotel. She was very happy. She called her parents. Dad, my hubby is taking me to 5-star hotel. I'm very happy and very much, enthralled. And so, well, she went along with him and he had in his pocket 4,000 rupees. Okay? And he went and occupied a table in the 5-star hotel. There, the menu card, the waiter got, and names would be different there. And he had only 4,000 rupees. He was searching which one he could which item he could order. As he was seeing, 8th item, some name was given, and 1,000 rupees. So he said, okay, bring 2 plates of these particular items. Waiter went, and lo and behold, he brought 2 plates of upuma. And this fellow at home also upuma. I came to 5-star hotel to eat some new food, but then again I was served this upuma. Okay. Meantime, there was another person sitting beside, and that fellow was a relation tandoori chicken. So he was waiting and waiting and waiting. That fellow said, repeat. When he said repeat, the waiter brought 1 more plate of tandoori chicken. So this guy thought, if I say repeat, I will get tandoori chicken. So waiter came, are you happy, sir? No. Repeat. 1 plate. Waiter asked, are you sure, sir? Yes, repeat. He went and brought 1 more plate of upuma. So these are 3 plates of upuma, both of them had. This is just in the lighter vein before we go into this. Transformative education. Everyone is a teacher and everyone is a learner. Someone can. Okay. We can put it. You can sit. So, everyone is a learner, everyone is a teacher. You see here the expectations of the students today. What are the various expectations of the students of our class, of our school, or elsewhere? A student or parents admit the children with a dream when they join in BJ Formal Academy. Their children will be disciplined. Their children will be taught how to cope with life, how to cope with, challenges, dream. Whether those dreams are being translated into reality or not. That is important. That is in our hands. We must become instruments to translate dreams of students into reality. We cannot translate completely, but we must become instruments. We must become, messengers who would help them to translate their dreams into reality. So, dream and reality. The second one, understanding life. We must enable the students to understand life better. That life is not just money. Life is not just position. Life is not just possession. Life is much more than that. Viktor Frankl, in his book Meaning of Life, Viktor Frankl, you might have heard about this guy, a Jew psychiatrist. He spent most of his time in Nazi concentration camp. And this guy, when he came out, he started writing a book. And that book titled as Meaning for Life. And he said, they took away my clothes, they took away my wife, they took away my children, they took away my wealth, money and everything. But they are not able to take away my freedom. My freedom. This is called the meaning of life. We must give to students a proper understanding of what is life, what is meaning that they must experience when they go through challenges. Success versus meaning. The third one, habit building, quantity versus quality. Today, many schools have got good strength. I hope this school also. But honestly, we must ask ourselves, how many students here who are qualitatively transformed? Not quantitatively, qualitatively. If we have 80 students in 10th grade, out of these 80 students, we don't expect 80 students to be qualitatively transformed. At least 40 to 50 students must be qualitatively transformed. Quantity versus quality. When we speak of habit, you might have heard this. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. So it all depends upon when I want to be a person of character, it has to begin here. Head. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. So, habit building. We must focus on the quality, not on quantity. A transformative educator must always look upon tuning the quality of students or fine-tuning the quality. Fourth one, holistic formation. Holistic formation, head, heart and hands. What is this head? Head basically implies, knowledge. Heart basically implies values. Hands basically implies skills. A combination of knowledge, values and skills will make a person, will make a student, a complete student in my opinion. A complete transformed student in my opinion. We always work up to only head. We don't move to heart and hands. All these things must synchronize. Head, heart and hands. This is what I meant by holistic formation. By the way, dear teachers, education is for formation. Education is for transformation. Education is for change of attitude, change of perspectives, change of worldviews, change of our negative thinking. Negative thinking. By the way, two people, early morning, they get up. One opens the window and says, oh God, another day, 24 hours, what am I going to do? I have to see my same, teachers in the staff room, same faces, and so on and so forth. Negative attitude, pessimist. Another person opens the window and says, oh God, you have given me 24 hours, I'm going to achieve something. Yes, optimist person. You and I must become optimist persons. optimism must get into our blood. Always thinking positively, positively and positively. This is what I meant by holistic formation. The other points are all self-explanatory. Let's go to the last one. Education. Education, in my opinion, is for life. Is for life. Transformative education, dear teachers, I am not going to speak about what you must make your classroom into creative classroom and so on. This you might have learned, this you might have been taught, this you might have been told. But this is very important. There are 3 keys for education. One is enlightenment. Second one is people come to school in order to study well and get good employment. So I have also put that employment. The third one is empowerment. What is enlightenment? Buddha says desire is the root cause of all evils. And he got that enlightenment. So he says, remove all the desires, inordinate desires, attachments that will make us frustrated. If I am not attached to this, I will be a free person and I will be a happy person. If I am attached, well, I become, possessive, and that possessive nature takes me to the world of frustration. Therefore, enlightened means, dear teachers, we got to be enlightened in the sense we must think that life is more than success, more than money and so on. Enlightenment. The second one is empowerment. Before empowerment, we move to employment. Enlightenment must take me to employment. I must be employed in a decent company, in a decent industry and so on, so that I will get the salary which is needed for me to make my life comfortable. Employment. And the third one is empowerment. I must be empowered to do something good for the society, to do something greater for the society. Last year, February 8th, 9th, these 2 days we were working hard in the place where I come from, Manchuria. I was organizing exchange of happiness celebrations. We were trying to gather some funds so that we could give that funds to HIV affected children. So that celebration was called as Exchange of Happiness Celebration. February 8th and 9th we were doing the preliminary works. February 10th and 11th, 2 days we were having. On February 10th we started the program. Around 1 o'clock I heard the news from my brother that my mother is slowly dying. He asked me to take the flight and come quickly. On the one hand, the entire program, 4,000 people are participating in the program. The program is for the HIV affected children. On the other hand, my mother's dead body. I had to make a choice. I had to decide. On the one hand, these children, these staff members, the management and others, people from the press, everyone looks up to me and they want my presence because 2 days I got to conduct the program. This night, my brother, sister and others are calling me, come for the funeral. We got to bless the body and bury the body. I got to make a decision. My dear teachers, it was a difficult decision to make. I did not reveal to anyone till the last moment at 4 o'clock on February 11th, I revealed once I brought down the curtain of Exchange of Happiness celebrations in my campus. It was painful for me. Deep within I was going through tremendous pain and struggle, but that empowerment, I got to empower my students with the idea of serving the society. And for that, I have to sacrifice. I have to sacrifice. In life there is a philosophy. Perhaps some of you might have heard, some of you might have not heard. If you want to gain something, you got to lose something in life. The basic philosophy of life is, if you want to gain something, you got to lose something in life. Have you heard about Loyola College Chennai? Loyola College Chennai, a big institution, 100 years old institution, catering to the educational needs of students in Chennai. Very famous institution that belongs to us. I am a member of Loyola organization. So, in that organization, in that college, there are 5 hostels. In one hostel, third year BCom honors student, he is doing everything except studies. He is going around playing with his friends, playing football, loitering around, but doing everything except studies. 2 years, the hostel director, a priest like me, called him, wanted him to change. Come on, change your life, change your perspective. You are going in the wrong track, change yourself. And he was a counselor also. He was trying to counsel him, but all his words landed in vain, landed on his deaf ears. Third year came, the guy did not change. So the warden called him and said, enough is enough. Go and bring your dad. He went home 10 days, 15 days. After a month, he brought his dad. When he brought his dad, this warden looked at the face of the student. There was intuition in his heart. Yes, the boy got transformed. He asked his dad, what did you tell your son? For the past 2 years, I have been trying to, correct your son. I've been trying to transform your son. All my efforts were in vain. What did you tell him? And his dad said, I told my son one truth. What's the truth? When my son was a small kid, young kid, his mother, my wife, carried him to the shopping mall in Chennai. To the shopping mall. And once the shopping was over, it was a busy road, Mount Road in Chennai, one of the busiest roads in Chennai. And my wife, his mother, carried the shopping goods on one hand, on the other hand, this little kid. As she was crossing the road, there came a speeding truck. She had to decide whether her life or her kid's life. She threw her kid. Meantime, the speeding truck came, hit her right on the spot. She died. Right on the spot, my wife died. I hid this secret from my son. I did not tell him so far. My dear son, the life you are having is not your life, my wife's life. She sacrificed her life for you. Why did you hide this from me, Dad? If I had have told this secret to you, I thought you will end up in depression, but you forced me to reveal this secret because you were going in the wrong track. She lost her life, you gained your life. Dear teachers, this is the basic philosophy of life. If you want to gain something, you got to lose something in life. As a transformative educator, if you want to gain the title of a transformative educator, you got to lose certain negative traits, certain negative attitudes, certain pessimistic views, and they are 3. 1. Ego. 2. Self-centeredness. 3. Mediocrity. These 3 things you must give up in order to be and become transformative educator. Ego, self-centeredness, mediocrity. If you give up these 3, certainly you can become a transformative educator. Next slide.
Thank you. 3 things. 1. Ego. 2. Self-centeredness. 3. Mediocrity. If you give up these 3, certainly you can become a transformative educator. Next slide. 3. Ego. Self-centeredness. 3. Mediocrity. If you give up these 3, certainly you can become a transformative educator. Next slide.
Now, before we becoming transformative educator, we must know our students. Okay, this slide I shall leave to you. Maybe you can go through by yourself. Next one. Yes, great teachers. In fact, transformative educators are great teachers. How? Or how they can become? By observation. By observation. Observing the reality. Observing the students. The second one is learning. Now, learning has got 3 types. You might have known this. One is learning. Second one is relearning. Third one is de-learning. What is learning? What is relearning? What is de-learning? Learning is that normally we learn, we go to school, we go to college and we pick up the ideas and insights and so on and so forth. This is called learning. Relearning. We are continuously, we must keep on learning, relearning the same thing. And when we are relearning, the concepts will become new. For example, when you completed your master's 10 years ago and now completely changed. For example, I completed my master's in computer application 10 years ago. And I completed my PhD in computer science focusing on web mining 4 years ago. And now it's completely changed the whole world of computer science. Today the world is moving to AI, artificial intelligence, and we are so much working towards neural networks, data mining and so on and so forth. And now we speak of web mining. By the way, a small, though it doesn't pertain to my presentation on transformative education. What is somebody from computer science background? You are there? A few may be there in this group, I believe, right? So web mining. What is web mining? Web mining is nothing but, I store the data in the web. As and when I need, I retrieve the data, make use of the data for my purpose, and then I store it back. This is called web mining. So the world is growing, the knowledge is expanding, and how do I keep on learning and learning and learning? That is called relearning. So learning is of 3 stages: learning, relearning. Third one is de-learning. What is de-learning? For example, earlier when I was a kid, I was told by people in the neighborhood that if I go for a particular work, if a cat goes, no, I should not go. I should come back, take a glass of water, and then I must cross the house and then go. This is the myth. Am I right? So, as an educator, as a transformative educator, I got to break this myth. This is called de-learning. So de-learning is what I learned as a kid, I have to break it. I have to change it. So learning, relearning and de-learning. Okay, dear teachers, have you understood this concept? Fine. Now, having understood this, each one of us is having positives and negatives. No? Positives and negatives. The transformative educator focuses on positiveness in oneself. This is called energy plus energy, which gives rise to synergy. Stephen R. Covey, in his book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, speaks about this. That is, energy plus energy, positive energy plus positive energy becomes positive synergy. 1 plus 1 is equal to 11. 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. Father, you are mathematically wrong. Correct, I am mathematically wrong. But psychologically and emotionally I am correct. 1 plus 1 here means energy plus energy, which gives rise to synergy. This is what not Father Rex says, Stephen R. Covey says. So, Chris Looney in his book Heroic Leadership, he mentions about self-awareness.
Now we are going to do that one exercise, self-awareness, because it is a workshop. So we shall continue when the power comes, we shall continue with the prepared slides, but then we shall do this exercise, self-awareness. I have been organizing this transformative education in many institutions, especially in colleges and schools, and there I found these two exercises that I conduct while taking up this seminar is always meaningful and beneficial to the participants. One such exercise is knowing oneself. Knowing oneself. You all brought something to jot down? Yes. A notebook, a diary, a paper? Yes. Please. List down two of your good traits. List down two of your good traits. Traits meaning thereby qualities. Traits means qualities. Positive traits. Positive qualities. Two traits. Two positive qualities. Now, dear teachers, quality is different from talent. That you know very well. Am I right? Quality is different from talent. What is quality? What is talent? Oh, she is good at speaking. She is good at playing cricket. She is good at dancing. This is called talent. Quality. She is lovable. She is amenable. She is affective. She is compassionate. By the way, this word compassionate, I am so much fond of this word. You know, you are going by scooty. You are going by scooty and you see a person in the pool of blood in Chandrapur, say, market. I do not know where Chandrapur market is all up where, but still. And that person met with accident. You are going by scooty. You stop the scooty and you go there and find out, oh, when did this happen? Immediately you take the mobile and call his relatives. This is called pity. What is this? Pity. You go by scooty and you see a person in the pool of blood, and then you park your scooty, get down, and then you call his relatives, you call 108 and you feel one with the person. This is called sympathy. Pity, sympathy. You go by scooty, you see a person in the pool of blood, met with accident, and you stop your scooty, go there and call 108. You get into 108 and you take the person to the hospital. Meantime, you call a few friends of yours and then say, hey, somebody needs some blood. If you can arrange some blood, and you go to the extent of donating your blood, this is called empathy. So we have pity, we have sympathy, we have empathy. A person of compassionate nature is a person of empathy. Compassion, compassio. Compassio in Latin means to feel one with. A person of empathy is a person of compassion. So these are all qualities. Lovable, friendly nature, forgiving nature, helping, and then compassionate. So write down two of your positive qualities. Right? You are written? Very good. Some of you, two positive traits. Now, the second one is very interesting. List down two of your negative traits. Two of your negative traits. Two of your negative traits. What are your negative traits, ma'am? For example, anger, pride, jealousy, and I know everything attitude. Nowadays, this is very much prevalent. A senior teacher comes and tells you, this is how we have to behave in our Carmel Academy and so on. We have a kind of things to be observed and followed. Oh, what do you know? I know everything. I know everything. Attitude is a wrong attitude. What should be the right attitude? I know something. I know everything is wrong. That attitude is very wrong. I something attitude is always good. It's always good. Therefore, write down 2 negative traits. Father, I do not have any negative traits. Very well, we can place you as a statue. In religious places, we can keep you as a statue. Every one of us is imperfect except God. Am I correct?
Yes.
God is perfect. Every one of us is imperfect. So try to find out deep within. Go and then have a reintrospection. Reintrospection of yourself and write 2 negative. And when you are writing 2 negative qualities, don't look into your friend's notebook. That is her negative traits, not yours. No, we have the nature of just looking into others' notebooks. Though in the classrooms we say that don't look into other notebooks and so on. But by the way, when I ask you some questions and when you give answers, it's like this: a plus b whole squared is equal to a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. If I say a cube minus b cube, it is wrong. Mathematically, it is wrong. It's a formula. Every action has got opposite and equal reaction. If I say every action has got equal reaction, unequal or opposite, that is wrong. That scientifically it is wrong. Whereas when I ask you such questions like this, there is no right answer or wrong answer. There is only one answer, and that is your answer. Your answer. Okay? Therefore, please write down, list down 2 positive traits and 2 negative traits of yours. Over?
Yes.
How many of you have completed this particular exam? Please put up your hands. Yes. This side, not many are putting hours. I will give you 1 more minute. 60 seconds. Finished? 60 seconds. Yes. Now, the one who is sitting beside you might know you for 5 years, 10 years,
25 years.
25 years. Very good. So both of you are seniors, I believe. Right? Now, you give your notebook to her and she will give her notebook to you. Write down 2 positives and negatives about your friend in that notebook. Give to a person who is sitting beside you. Just allow the person to speak about you or write about you. You are keeping on moving there. Doesn't matter for you. It's okay? Yes.
Recently joined, so she doesn't know me well. She doesn't know me well.
Okay. The one who knows you well, please go and give the notebook. Whoever knows you well. By the way, if the one who doesn't know you well, no, you don't give to her. The person who knows you well, somewhere she may be sitting in the crowd, you go and give the notebook and ask her, hey, why can't you help me? Why can't you help me to know about myself? Please write. Yes. And our father also is free behind sitting. If you want to go to your principal also and ask him to write, he will be happy to do that for you. Yes. Finished? Finished?
Yes.
Okay. The third question pertaining to the first exercise is compare what you have written, what your friend has written. Compare and you see if there is any common positive trait, which means you have written about yourself and your friend has written about yourself. See whether any common positive trait that you write down. That is the third question. Similarly, the negative trait also common. I have been observing you for the past 10 years, 15 years. Ma'am, this is your positive trait. Ma'am, this is your negative trait. Your friend might have written. And you would have written about yourself. any commonality is there? Any commonality is there between your view and your friend's view about yourself? Most of us, we think that we know everything about ourselves. It is not correct. Only 30 to 40% we know about ourselves. The remaining 50 to 60% we do not know about ourselves. When others tell us about ourselves, we need to learn. Keep your ears wide open to listen to positive comments about ourselves. Then pick up. This is called healthy criticism, healthy comments.
सर, अगर जो मैंने अपने लिए नेगेटिव लिखी और पॉजिटिव लिखी, सेम मैडम ने मेरे वही लिखा है. मैम ने अपने जो नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव की सेम मैंने वही लिखी. वी आर गुड फ्रेंड ना, हम एक दूसरे को बहुत अच्छे से जानते हैं.
So both of you having same
हम दोनों एक दूसरे को बहुत अच्छे से जानते हैं.
same point. Yes. Fine now. All of you, dear teachers, with regard to positive qualities, these are all your strengths. So what I would say is build on your strengths. That is the learning point in our transformative education workshop. Build on your strengths means increase. Don't decrease. Increase your good traits. Now, coming back to these negative traits, no? Work on your negative traits. Build on your strengths. Work on your limitations. This is the statement. Build on your strengths. Work on your limitations. You can also tell students about this concept, how I conducted this exercise. Now, let us go deeper into this exercise. Dear teachers, I have prepared enough and more slides. I have enough and more points in my head to share with you. But this workshop, Transformative Education, is for one day. But being the second Saturday, and Father has given me 2 hours to, so I will try to, put it in nutshell, to give you a taste of what transformative education is all about. So, build on your strengths, work on your limitations. Increase your strengths, decrease your limitations. Now, coming back to your negative traits, all of you close your eyes. Close your eyes. All of you. How many of you have written and your friends have written that you are a person of anger? Raise your hand. 1. Raise your hand. Don't open your eyes. Don't open your eyes. Just raise your hand. I am a person of anger. I have written. My friend has written about me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yes, 23. Put down. I am a person of ego. Raise the hand. Okay. I am a lethargic person, a lazy person. Okay. I am a person of mediocrity. Mediocrity means not giving 100%. 70%, 60%, mediocre. Anybody? Okay. Open your eyes. So what negative points you have, I do not know. We shall see later if there is some time permits. I can go through your notebook and find out. Now, almost 20 above, 25 below participants in this group have expressed that you need to deal with this limitation, namely anger. Shall I give you 3 steps quickly with regard to anger management? 3 steps, just only 3 steps. But don't ask me, sir, if I handle these 3 steps effectively, tomorrow can I overcome my anger? No, it is a process. It is a process. So in this process, it takes time. It takes time. Okay. Now coming back to this. One is name it, own it, kill it. These are the 3 steps. Name it, own it, kill it. Now, if you consider a scale, in the scale, the wild form of anger is irritation. The mild form of anger is irritation. The wild form of anger is rage. The mild form of anger is irritation. For example, your academic coordinator something, she tells you to do this. Your principal calls you to his chamber and gives you some kind of confrontational remarks, and you hear that one, and naturally you don't get angry with either principal or with academic coordinator. You are sometimes irritated. Your child, your son asks for a bike. You don't have money to purchase a bike and give him. So he gets irritated, not angry with you. And your daughter wants a mobile. You say, next month I will buy and give you a mobile. She gets irritated, not angry with you. This is called mild form of anger. Mild form of anger. Wild form of anger. 15 years ago in Vijayawada, in MCA college in Vijayawada, girls were writing their exams, and they entered a man without the notice of those persons who were conducting the exam. She went straight to the girl and asked, "Do you love me?" What a stupid question to be asked during the exams. She said no. 3 times he asked. The 4th time he took a knife from his, kept on poking. Mind you, 17 times he stabbed her. She fell in the pool of blood. That time only everybody came to know, everybody were running outside. This girl was rushed to the hospital. Lo and behold, she closed her eyes forever. And this guy went to Chennai and he was arrested there and brought to Vijayawada by putting him in 4 to 5 jeeps because people were all angry. They want to kill him. Somehow police brought him to the court. Dear teachers, this is called rage. Love does not take away life, it gives life for others. This guy had an animalistic understanding of love, mean understanding of love, inhuman understanding of love. In fact, it's not human. There are 2 natures in us, dear teachers, that should make us human. 2 natures. Don't forget about this. One is existence, another one is essence. Existence, another one is essence. I exist. I exist as a human person. No, I breathe. I talk. I move with everyone. This is called existence. What is essence? I exist as a human being. That is called essence. Just because I have the capacity to speak, just because I have the capacity to breathe, that doesn't mean that I am a human person. No. If I have humanness, I become a human person. So a transformative educator is a person of humanness. He gives space for essence. So existence and essence. So dear teachers, the mild form of anger is irritation. The wild form of anger is hate. You need to distinguish between the feeling that you have is anger or irritation. That is what I said, name it. Don't get worried if you are irritated. Irritation is a common feeling. One asked me when I was handling this course on anger management, taking a session on anger management, "Father, is anger good or bad?" Someone asked me this question, I am asking you that question here. Is anger good or bad? Is anger good or bad? It depends. It depends. In some situations, anger is not advisable. in some situations getting angry is acceptable. But how do you express it? That is called killing the anger. Let me come to the third stage. So the first one is name it. The second one is own it. Own it basically means this anger is mine. I got to own my anger. Most of the time we don't own the anger. This anger someone has created, my husband created, so I am angry. My wife is not listening to me. I attribute my anger to others. That is wrong. My anger is mine. I am the sole responsible person for creating anger. I am the author of my anger. I am the owner of my anger. This is called aiming it, owning it. This is called owning it. First is aiming, first is naming, second one is owning. I got to own my anger. Okay, what is the third one? Kill it. Now, how to kill the anger? You are all interested in letting this anger out. It is said, when superior is getting angry with you, means your boss or someone higher up, you cannot go on to express the anger to him or her. You will be fired the next day. Therefore, they say, go to the room, close the room nicely. Take a pillow and assume that person is the pillow. Keep on banging the pillow. You let that anger which is in you outside. But make sure that you put a proper latch. And suddenly the person enters and finds you are shouting and banging the pillow. All the more he will be or she will be infuriated. Therefore, try to put the latch. Okay, that's the first one. A psychological way of letting the anger out of yourself. Second one, the spiritual way is you tell yourself, I forgive the person. Before going to bed, this anger is mine. She did not create the anger. However, I forgive her. I forgive him. Go to bed, you will have a sound sleep. Or else, your sleep, you will be having sleepless night. And that person, so-called a person who has induced you, according to you, will be sleeping peacefully. You will be sleeping, you will not be sleeping that night. So forgive the person. So the first one is, expressing the anger psychologically. The second one is expressing anger spiritually. Third one is very important, dear teachers, expressing the anger assertively. What is that? Assertively. How to express the anger assertively? For example, your students or with your own peers. How do you express it? Hey, I am angry with you. I am angry with you. I am not raising my voice. I am angry with you. No. I am saying assertively, I am angry with you. Change your, a way of doing things or do your homework and so on and so forth. This is called assertively. I don't shout. I don't yell. I don't make fun of myself, in front of my students or peers. I express my anger. I am sorry. I am angry with you. Next time, don't do this. And keep going. This is assertively expressing the anger. So I have told you, dear teachers, psychologically, spiritually, and assertively how to know. So the first one is name it. The second one is own it. Third one is kill it. Okay? So it's now 11:15. We now take a break. And after 15 minutes, we shall come back for the second and final session of the workshop, Transformative Education. Thank you so much and God bless. You all traveled along with me in the world of transformative education. I accompanied you and you were with me. I am very happy. And your teachers, attached to group school, this is a very Pakka school in the sense RC roof and so on. Attached to school was burning. So all the students were happy naturally. You know why? Classes will not be held. And school will be declared as non-working days for 10 days, 20 days and so on. But a student in the corner, everybody was happy, he was sad. He was gloomy. A passerby asked him, all your friends and all your classmates are
very happy because you are going to have holidays. Why are you sad? This guy scratched his head and said, well, school is burning, but teachers are alive. School is burning, teachers are alive. So, we will be having 10 days, 15 days holidays. Again, we will be coming back to the school, to the classroom. But I don't think that BJ Carmel Academy students will have this opinion. They will be happy that teachers are alive. So, and this alive word has got two meanings. One is literally alive, means we are not dead, literal meaning. Figurative meaning is there. In-depth meaning is there. Alive means fully human, fully alive. Fully human, fully alive. I am not just, 50% human, 50% dead person or 50% animal. No, I am 100% human, 100% alive. This is what I meant by in-depth meaning of the word alive. Fully human, fully alive. Now, let's see this. Buddha, compassion to consciousness. Experiential learning. I learn from my experience. Someone said, and I am happy to quote, my family is the best school. My mother is the best teacher. And my experience is the transformative teacher for me. I learn from my experience. Sometimes, dear teachers, defeat teaches us a lot. Defeat means failure. It is not the defeat that defeats us. It is not the defeat that discourages us. It is not the defeat that disappoints us. It is not the defeat that depresses us. But it is the attitude after the defeat that perhaps may disappoint, may perhaps depress, may perhaps, defeat us. It is the attitude. How I look at my attitude after going through a lean patch in my life. Dear teachers, in our life, there are always ups and downs. Our life is not a straight line, it is a graph. Our life is not a straight line, it is a graph. Graph means there is always ups and downs. And henceforth, how we handle our life. As a transformative educator, it is not only we are handling our students, we got to handle our lives and our family. In that regard, I have done counseling courses and I have been asked by many people to give counseling. At the end of this workshop, I will write my mobile number and WhatsApp number. And if you want any kind of, assistance with regard to counseling, either for your children or the problem that you face, you are most, welcome to approach me. Okay? That I shall do it at the end of this session. Therefore, dear teachers, let us have a proactive attitude. What is attitude? Proactive attitude. Let's have a positive attitude. Let's have a pleasant attitude. Life is big. Life is great. The small difficulties we go through in life, the struggles we go through in life, the turmoil that we go through in life, they are all like ripples in the pond. They are all like ripples in the pond. They come, they vanish, they disappear in no time. Don't get succumbed. Don't get bogged down. Don't go into the world of depression. Don't swim in the ocean of frustration. Come out. Come out with vigor. Come out with courage. Come out with inflexible determination. The victory will be yours in facing the life. And here Buddha says, He suggests to us a paradigm shift. Paradigm shift means from compassion to consciousness. He moves from compassion to consciousness by saying, learn from the experience. Experience teaches you. And he also says, as I said in the first session, desire is the root cause of all evils. So, he says, wisdom, ethical conduct, mental development. In wisdom, as you see on the screen, there are three things involved in right view, right intention, right speech. See, right view, right perspective. Most of the time, we look at a reality from our perspective. From our view, it's quite natural, we are all human beings. But if we look at the reality from the perspective of the other, be it administration, be it students, be it our own life partner, if we see the reality from that side, I tell you, we will understand better. Or else, we will be narrow-minded people. So, right view and the right intention. Right intention calls us to bury our negative traits. Right intention. Always I must have right intention. What difficulties come through in my life, I must think and behave positively. Right intention. And the third one is right speech. I don't spoil the name of others. Right speech. In English, in psychological term, we call it backbiting. Don't ask me, backbiting means, Father, I go behind and bite or what. No. Backbiting basically means speaking ill of others. A very nice, staff family you have. BJM Carmel Academy family. How nice to see all of you, And why do you speak negatively about others? Speak ill of others. Try to tarnish the image. Try to assassinate the character of someone. No. We fathers are Jesuits. When we are promoted from one formation to another. For example, when we are promoted from philosophy stage to theology stage. When we are promoted from being a young priest to a senior priest, we are given 4 sheets. 4 people will write about us. So for the better assessment. And one of the points that came up in 4 people who wrote about me in their papers was, Rex keeps confidentiality. I maintain confidentiality. Second point, I do not speak. He does not speak ill about others. These are all big assets for us, dear teachers. As an administrator, as a principal, as a director of Carmel Academy, I also named Carmel Academy. Our institution was a Carmel High School, started in 1963. So on February 6th, we had Diamond Jubilee celebrations. I completed the Diamond Jubilee celebrations and I'm just fresh from the Diamond Jubilee celebrations. 7,000 people participated in that. It was a spectacular, scintillating and splendid event that we had on February 6th from 5:30 to 11:30 in the campus of Carmel Academy. And then as an administrator, sitting in the director's chair, I got to maintain confidentiality. Many staff members will come and share their worries and pain and suffering. And as an administrator, I had to handle the situation at the same time. As a priest, I need to listen to them, accompany them in their life journey. This is what is expected. And therefore, right view, right intention, right speech. Today, my workshop will be successful, dear teachers, if we follow these 3 R's. Not the 4th R. The 4th R is Rex. I'm not saying about the 4th R, but 3 R's. Right view, right intention, and right speech. If I speak
If I open my mouth, I always speak constructively. I speak politely. I speak gently. But I speak firmly. If I know that this student, I am class teacher of 10th grade, and I know that this girl is in the wrong track, I must call her and then counsel her. I must tell her, well, the track in which you are traveling is not the right one. Change your life. Change the track. This is what is being expected of you. There you must not keep quiet. You are, as Buddha says, move from compassion to consciousness. And the voice, inner voice, you must listen to the inner voice. Inner voice speaks louder. Inner voice is the voice of the divine, they say. Inner voice is the voice of the divine. This voice will never deceive you. This voice will never cheat you and never bluff you. This voice will reveal the truth. This voice will speak the truth. Henceforth, lend your ears to this inner voice called consciousness. Okay, now dear teachers, we shall do a beautiful, as I said, 2 exercises, 1 activity. That one first exercise was over, the first session. The second one, very, very useful. It's my own exercise. I have, my experience in conducting this workshop in so many places. I have prepared this one, this exercise, this activity. Therefore, involved in this activity. Now, dear teachers, 2 by 2 form a pair. 2 by 2. Look at each other. Form a pair. Form a pair. Take the chair and just look at each other. Arrange the chair in such a way. 2 by 2. 2 by 2. Face each other. Face each other. And not stay. Facing means not like this. Like this. Face each other nicely. Rearrange your chairs in such a way you face each other nicely. And if you find it difficult, congestion is there, just move to the place. There are places, yes. Okay? It would have been better if this one line like that, one line like that, another line. It would be better for us, but doesn't matter, Okay? Place all the notebooks, papers on your lap down. Place them down. Place them down. Place them down. And now, go closer. Go closer. Go to the person. There should be nothing on your lap. Place everything down. Everything down. Okay? If you wear spectacle also, you can remove it. Okay. Dear teachers, now, look at the person who is in front of you. Oh, she looks very beautiful today. No, just appreciate the person. Oh, he is very handsome today. Look at the person. Just look at the person and appreciate her beauty, her handsomeness, his handsomeness. Yes. She is. I have been seeing this teacher. I have been seeing this teacher for 20 years, 15 years, but today she is remarkably beautiful. No? So, see that? Right, fine. Yes, dear teachers, now listen to me. This exercise may cause laughter, but I am sure you are all mature people. Even if you want to laugh, laugh within, not outside. If you laugh outside, you will be disturbing the big group. Not only your pair, but also you will be disturbing the big group. Therefore, try as much as possible to control your laughter. Yes. Now, go close a little more. Little more. Some people have not. Yes. One person. Now look at me. One person. Open the palm like this. One person. Anyone of you. And place it on the lap of the one who is in front of you. Like this you place, like this. Like this you place it. Another person place the palms like that. Touch. Yes. That is the arrangement. Okay. Now, hereafter don't look at me, just listen to me. Look into the eyes. Look into the eyes. No more opening your mouth now. We used to tell our students, concentrate, concentrate, concentrate. Now it is time for us to concentrate. Look into the eyes. Look into the eyes. And say deep within, I wish you all the best. Don't open your lips. Inside, heart of heart, you feel, I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. I wish all your family members good health. I wish all your family members good health.
I wish your children bright future. I wish your children bright future. I wish this year 2024 a year of blessing for you and your family members. I wish this year 2024 a year of blessing for you. Deep within, from your heart, you wish the person. You wish the person. Slowly release your hand, release your hand, release. Now change the role, meaning the one who placed the palms down, place the palms up. Change the role. Look into the eyes. Look into the eyes. Deep within, say, I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. I wish the blessings of the divine be upon you. I wish the blessings of the divine be upon you. I wish the blessings of the absolute be upon you. I wish your family members the blessings of the ultimate. I wish your family members good health of body and mind. Let this new year, 2024, be a year of blessing for you. Be a year of success for you. Be a year of prosperity.
So I went to the other teacher who knows me well and I asked her to write about me and she knew exactly what are the positive and negatives about me. So she wrote about me. While doing the second exercise, when we sat with each other and we were holding each other's hand and we are looking towards each other and we are giving blessings to each other. The one which sir said also, and from my side also, I sent her other blessings also, like which I normally do in my prayers. So when I said that, tears started from her eyes. And while looking at her, like I was also like becoming emotional from inside, and my blessing got increased. And I suddenly felt the connection which I never had before with her. And now I don't think so I'm ever going to forget this experience or her ever in my life. So the connection there is like now we have a connection. Now there is a bond between us. So the bond of blessings, the emotions. And still I don't know why she cried. I asked her why she's crying, but she didn't tell me. But she started crying and she felt something. So the thing is like that. When you send blessings, when you talk positive about someone, it makes a difference. So, like sir said, don't talk bad about others. When you say bad word also, it revolves around in the world. It circulates in the world. Till the time you are alive, it is there. Forget about whether that person comes to know about it or not. अगर आपने किसी की बुराई की है, कभी भी उसके पीठ पीछे उसको वो पता चले या ना चले, वो इफेक्ट होगा आपके रिलेशनशिप में. It is going to get affected. Your relationship is going to get affected. So never talk bad. Try not to talk bad. Control. Make a habit. Don't open your mouth till you have something good to say.
Excellent.
Just keep quiet.
Yeah, that is.
Agreed.
That is very good on that part. She has rightly said that before this exercise we were not connected, now we are connected. Let's appreciate her. And anyone about the exercise in particular you want to come and share? Many people, when I ask, they would come forward and say, well, after this exercise we feel a kind of calmness, we feel a kind of quietness, a kind of serenity and tranquility I do experience at the depth of my heart. That's what the experience and the expression of participants who have gone through this particular exercise. This transference of positive energy is always helpful to us, and you can do it at your free time. Now coming back to this, Buddha, compassion to consciousness. The second one is ethical conduct. Right action, right livelihood, and right effort. When I do any action, it must be an honest one, a sincere one. Right action. I do something to hurt someone. I do something to humiliate someone. I do something in order to tarnish someone. This is wrong action. A transformative educator is not called to go into doing wrong action, but rather right action. That I must try as much as possible, not 100%, as much as possible to enter into doing right action. The fifth one is right livelihood. Right livelihood. I used to say to my students, especially MBA students and MCA students, in future, you are going to study PhD or MPhil in a big university, and there, you are staying in the hostel. Your father comes and meets you. Your father comes. He is coming with your tattered clothes or battered clothes, and not good clothes. Whereas you are wearing good, dress. And when your dad comes, don't ask him, why did you come? There will be some, children or students asking, why did you come? Instead of that, call all your friends and say, hey, he's my dad. Put your right hand on the shoulder of your dad and say, he is my dad. Because of him, today today I am studying in this university, I am doing my PhD, it's because of his sacrifice. I tell you, at that time, I will be happy that I taught you one of the subjects in MBA or MCA. Hats off to you. I will be proud. I may not be present physically there, but I am proud that I taught you computer science. You are behaving in a nice manner. Yes. This is called a right livelihood. Understanding towards right livelihood. We must teach our students that where money is not everything, it is something. Money is not everything. If I used to tell my guys, I used to tell my students, the money that is earned of my hard work will always be with me. The money that I earn through different forms, be it corruption or bribe, will not stay with me. Right livelihood. Next point, right effort. Right effort. We need to, go ahead with the right efforts that will help us to excel. Right efforts will help us to excel either in our teaching or in our interaction with the students. Always we must go in for right effort. The third one, mental development. Right mindfulness and right concentration. Right mindfulness. Once again, right mindfulness calls for right thinking. Right mindfulness calls for right thinking, not negative thinking. Right concentration is I must concentrate on good things. I must not concentrate on playing PUBG game. That's also concentration. But right concentration means where I must equip myself, I must keep on relearning, I must browse websites which make me, for example, in computer science, language, C++, Java, .NET, there are letters, the things are that coming up. I need to pick up. Right concentration is a must. So Buddha, compassion to, and skipping few slides. Yes. Becoming a transformative teacher. There are few suggestions I would like to place before you for your kind consideration with regard to becoming a transformative teacher. One is, a transformative teacher is a knowledgeable teacher. A knowledgeable teacher. What do I mean by knowledgeable teacher? Not securing gold medal, a person would become a knowledgeable person. Not securing a gold medal or 95% either in B.Ed or M.Ed would make a person knowledgeable. No. Clarity in thinking. Clarity in thinking. And after being clear in our thinking, we need to articulate that. How do we articulate? By proper and good communication. Clarity, articulation and communication. Clarity. Be precise in what you say. Be clear in what you say. Be vivid and lucid in what you say. This is called clarity. Some people say confusion leads to clarity. If our mind is confused, then we will get some kind of clarity. But then be clear, be articulating and be good at communication. That's first one, knowledgeable teacher. The second one, team building. Team building with other teachers. Just now she was saying, that teacher I didn't know. But after this exercise, she started crying, I started crying. We got connected. We are living in a world of connectivity, dear teachers. We are not living in an island. No. I come to Carmel Academy School. I don't talk to other teachers. My character is this. I go, I'm a very good mathematician. I go teach and students are happy. I go. No. Not at all. In family, we must get ourselves connected. So, for example, in your family, listen to your husband. Or, give some space for him to explain. Why do you keep on harping on what you said is right? some of us will keep on harping on. Yes, this is what I said, that's it, final. Give some space for him to explain. Give some space for your children to explain. Make your family a family of love and happiness. And not a kind of, so your husband should not feel, when I go home, she will be always talking about this and that, and so on and so forth. Henceforth, that is a family, is a team. Similarly, Carmel Academy family also is a team. It is not a group. There is a difference between group and team. Group, many individuals come together with different purposes. Whereas team, many individuals come together with one purpose. This is called team spirit. We don't call football group. We don't call cricket group. We don't call basketball group. We call football, cricket, basketball teams. Because all the basketball players are playing in order to win against their opponents. India is entering into the cricket ground with the notion of winning, not with the notion of not losing. Winning and not losing, is it one and the same or subtly different? It is subtly different. Winning and not losing. I enter into cricket ground with the notion of winning. 100% I give my energy. 100% I give my commitment and cooperation. This is called winning. What is not losing? Well, 80% I give. If I win, fine. If I don't win, fine. That is called not losing. Team spirit means I must win. Carmel Academy, BJM Carmel Academy must win. This is called team spirit. Therefore, team building with other teachers. And how this is being encouraged, how this is being fostered. This is being fostered, team spirit is being fostered by talks, discussion and workshops. Like these workshops when we come together, I have a number of activities. For a want of time, I only conducted 2 activities today. These activities help us to know each other, to enrich each other, to understand better, to love better, to forgive each other. Why this teacher is behaving, for example, like this? Because of their childhood. There is some void when she was a child. She did not experience love. That's how it's being reflected now. Even though she is grown, even though she has 2 kids, even though her husband is very positive and lovable, but still she is acting like this, she is behaving like this, she is reacting because of the void. Because of the emptiness, because of the lacuna that is in her life. And we need to understand this. Yes, dear teachers. So, team building with other teachers, the second one. The third one, source of teaching, learning concepts. Teaching, learning, source of teaching, learning concepts. I teach something to students. What does the students or what do the students learn from my teaching? I teach well. Do the students learn well? That is another question. On my part, I do my job well, 100%. I prepare the charts, I prepare the PPTs, I prepare my lessons, even I browse websites and equip with the latest trends, latest developments in this particular field. I come, but do my students learn that one? This is called teaching and learning must get themselves correlated. So source of teaching, learning concepts, new and current ideas. I tell you, dear teachers, when you go to the classroom, when you teach, you are not teaching 100%. You are only teaching 25%. 55% students know. Students can learn. Students can learn. Now the knowledge is not available in the school. Earlier, they used to come to the school. When you were students, you used to go to the school and learn. Now, remaining at home, they can learn. Then why do they come to school? They come to school because their lives have to be motivated. They come to school because parents believe that they need to be formed and transformed. They come to school, some parents, it is a prerequisite of them. They have to write the exam, they have reading the libraries. Don't stop, browsing Google search engine and try to get the latest trends. Next one, personal touch must be there when you are teaching. For example, as you know, there are slow learners, there are average learners or moderate learners, there are bright learners or quick learners. How you are going to teach them? As a teacher, you must cater to these three groups. You must not only cater to the needs of, yes, I teach very well, my English is understood only by this bright group. No, even the weak students also must understand. They must also travel along with you, accompany them. Perhaps you can take them some special sessions later on, call them to staff room and give them individual guidance, individual teaching, one-to-one teaching. If one-to-many teaching is not working, go switch over to one-to-one teaching. So these are all source of learning and teaching concepts. Yes. The fourth one, personal touch. How to become a transformative teacher? We need to have personal touch. What do I mean by this? Some students, especially high school students, they will be going through kind of lean patch in their lives, inner turmoil. Try to understand them. And get into their shoes. Father, their shoes are very small, my shoes are very big. I am not saying literally about shoes. Get into their shoes basically means try to understand better. Why this girl is, most of the time she is gloomy, she is not cheerful. This is what I meant by sharing and personal touch. Life experience. Try to, if the girl is willing to share, but be prudent. Be prudent. Never ever pass a judgment on students. We are not here as judges. We are here as people to assess, not people to judge. There is a vast difference between judgment and assessment. Judgment, like in the court of law, judge gives the verdict. That is called judgment. But in the school, you assess the person's behavior. You assess the person's performance. That is the school. And that is why normally I say our school must be transformed into school of the heart. In school of the heart, we don't judge others. For example, we judge sometimes the teachers. No, we don't judge the teachers. We only assess the performance of the teachers. As per the performance, we tell them or we don't tell them. That is personal touch. Fifth one, creative thinking. I have spoken enough and more about the creative thinking. In this regard, I would like to say that there are three types of people. I said in the first session, three types of people. Can anyone quote me? Teachers, can anyone quote me with regard to the first session? I said three groups of people. You and I must belong to the third group. I said, could you tell me? Yes. Watch things that happen, indifferent to things that happen, and make things happen. Creators of good history. Am I right? And again I would say there are three groups of people. One, submissive people. They are always, don't give space for their creativity. They are monotonous people. They come and teach what they are supposed to teach. That's it. No extra effort for the growth of the institution, for the growth of the school, and for the growth of the students. No extra effort. That person is a submissive person. Second person, aggressive person. Always, shouts and yells and so on and so forth. Aggressive person. The third person, ascetic person. What is that? Ascetic person. The person who expresses with conviction, who expresses with courage, who expresses with consciousness, who expresses with compassion. Yes,
he is a person or she is a person of assertiveness. Don't be a person of submissiveness. Don't be a person of aggressivity, but a person of assertiveness. Be a person of assertiveness. That is what creative thinking calls for. Sixth one, accompaniment. This I have spoken a lot. Mentor. I hope there will be some people here also appointed to accompany the students, to accompany. So accompaniment. Seventh one, syllabus or syllabi versus case studies. Today, we are not just complete the syllabus, but we must give case studies to students for them to understand, to critically look at. You know, Apple was coming down many times. Am I right? Only one person had the curiosity, why Apple is coming down, why can't it go up? That led to the theory of gravitation. No? So we must enable the students to ask questions, why not? Most of the time we are worried about class is over, everybody is happy. Yes teacher, we all understood and you are all very happy. Make the students to ask questions, why? Why not teacher? Why this and so on? I tell you, you will prepare scientists in the future. You will prepare entrepreneurs in the future. You will prepare, doctors in the future who can think creatively, who can articulate independently. And that is what is expected of teachers, especially transformative teachers. We must enable the students to ask questions. We must not shut their mouths. No. Enable them. If you are not knowing, please accept. Yes, I do not know. I will refer and tell you tomorrow. Or I will ask my own fellow teachers and then come to you prepared tomorrow. Yes, that shows your greatness. That doesn't show your weakness. That shows your greatness. Yes, I accept that I do not know. And I accept that I will learn from others. This is a learning lesson for your students. You see, even though teacher is a senior teacher, she has completed 15 years of teaching experience, but today she has accepted that she doesn't know and she will learn. This lesson, I tell you, will get registered in the head, heart of that student, and in future, the student also, if at all he or she becomes a teacher, will practice this golden rule of learning from others. This is what is expected, dear teachers, of you as transformative teachers. Setting daily goals. 8th one, this we have already seen. Reading habit. And the last one, visual to thinking habit. A paradigm shift from TV and WhatsApp to critical thinking. No. Let us not get addicted by this WhatsApp. Rather, let us get, addicted to critical thinking. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a part called, Bhagavad Gita, you might have heard about it. Upanishad, you might have heard about it. In Upanishad, there is a part called Katha Upanishad. Katha Upanishad. And the writer of Katha Upanishad narrates a story. And I am happy to narrate that story to you this morning. Yes. A girl, you can also tell your students this, especially high school students. A girl tells her so-called boyfriend, if you like me, meet me at 6 in my house. And in order to reach her home, this boy has to take a boat and cross the lake. The boat leaves by 4:30. So this boy, being a good boy, he gets ready and at 4:15 he goes to the lake in order to take the boat. Meantime, he hears that his father is seriously sick. He comes home, takes his dad to the hospital and shows to the doctor, brings him back, keeps him in his house and goes to take the boat. Meantime, it was 5:30, the boat has already gone. In his ears, if you really like me, meet me at 6, meet me at 6. This boy sees there is a log floating on the lake, a piece of wood. He catches hold of that and somehow crosses the lake. It was 5:55, 5 minutes to go. He keeps on knocking at the ground floor's doors, but this girl was watching television in the first floor. And another 4 minutes to go. He sees a rope hanging and catches hold of the rope and climbs up exactly at the knock of 6. This boy is in front of her. Should the girl feel happy or sad? Should the girl feel happy or sad? Obviously, the girl has to be happy because at the knock of 6, he is there in front of her. But the girl says, "Go away from me, go away from me. You see your body full of worms. You smell your body, foul smell." Then only the boy realizes the log by which he crossed the lake was not log but corpse. Corpse. Corpse meaning thereby dead body. The rope by which he climbed was not rope, cobra. For him, dead body appeared to be log. Cobra appeared to be rope. So the author of Katha Upanishad says that this boy had single-mindedness. What was that single-mindedness? To meet the girl at 6 o'clock. No more disturbance, no more deviation. Even though that log for him, it appeared, but then it was a dead body. Snake would have bitten him, but he considered that as a rope. He climbed. Dear teachers, if we want to be transformative educators, we got to be having this trait of single-mindedness. What is a single-mindedness? The single-mindedness is we must become persons of affectivity. We must learn from the experience. We must listen to the inner consciousness and become a person of the heart in order to be a person of transformative education. Thank you so much for listening. And I'm very happy to speak to you, to share with you some of my insights and ideas on the theme Transformative Education. And I'm happy for your active and dynamic participation in this workshop. Keep going. And this school, BJM Carmel Academy, is known for its credibility. It's known for its contribution. It's known for its commitment. 3 C's. Credibility, contribution, and commitment. Keep the same flag. Keep up the flag of Carmel Academy flying higher and higher. My prayers go along with you and for your family members and for my brother, father, principal, and for other fathers in the monastery. Thank you so much and God bless. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Father Dr. Xavier Rex, SG Sir, Other Principal, and all my dear colleagues. I know it's an introspective session also for all of us. In and out, we are going to introspect ourselves and prove to be real transformative educators henceforth. Definitely we have something to take with us, to share with us, with our students, our family members, and real transformation is to be seen in the coming days. And when we go to the classes, let us implement what Father said. When we are interacting with each other, when we are communicating with each other, let us remember the 3 things, most important things. He gave 3 things, many things where we know that this is to be done, but somewhere we are unable to control at that moment. So definitely, Father, it's going to be a real introspection for all of us, a session which is going to be useful, not only in the professional but also in our personal lives. So I thank you for coming down so long from Manchuria to Chandrapur at the request of our Father Principal. They are very good friends. I have seen their interaction with each other and they are like brothers to each other. So that is the bond of love which they have So I thank Father for accepting this invitation and coming here and making our second Saturday a very useful one. So on behalf of the entire Kamal family or BJM Kamal family, I thank Father for coming here, and as a token of our love, respect and gratitude for you, may I request Father Principal to give a memento to Father, and let us give a big clap with the applause. Thank you, Father. Thank you, teachers.
Father, we have tasted very little of what you really have. And teachers, we will have more of him here in the school in the next academic session. And we will get to hear from him more. We and our students are going to benefit from him being here next academic session. And it's a second Saturday. You are all most willing to come. And most of you reported to me that after the first session, how beautiful, how beneficial these two sessions, the seminar has been to you. Thank you very much for your generosity. And you are all wonderful teachers. You are all wonderful teachers. And how will I thank you? You are all coming together, saying that is the best adjective that I will give to most of you. You are ladies and gents, commitment. God bless you.